தென்னாட்டுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, எந்நாட்டுவர்க்கும் இறையா போற்றி. ஓம் நம சிவாய். His Holiness Dr. Santhalinga Marudachala Adigal, Erura Dinam. His Holiness Dr. Ramananda Kumar Gurubar Adigal, Sirvaya Dinam. His Holiness Sri Lasri Tiruchitrambalam Tamburam Swamigal, representative of His Holiness Tiruvadurai Adinam. Srimad Swami Ramanand Maharaj Ji, founder of Akhil Bharatiya Sannyasi Sangam. Thiru Senthil Ganesh, Managing Trustee RVS Group of Educational Institutions. Tirumati Vanita Mohan, founder and Managing Trustee of Shirtuli. Swami Vedantananda, Coordinator Noyal Peruvila. Thiru M. Sravana Kumar, Secretary Noyal Peruvila. All the respected sadhus and sannyasis present here, distinguished guests, my humble pranam to all the sadhus and sannyasis, and my warmest greetings to distinguished dignitaries present here. I am blessed to be part of this event because this is a rare occasion to be with so many sadhus and sannyasis and receive their blessings. I am immensely happy to be part of this event because this is about rejuvenation, reclaiming, reviving our Mother Noyal. I had the occasion, I had the privilege to be part of a similar Vida, similar event organized by Akhil Bharatiya Sadhu Sangam, Sadhu Sannyasi Sangam at Vellore, when we had worshipped and done our what we called to river Palaro. I am indeed immensely happy that Akhil Bharatiya Sadhu Sannyasi Sangam has taken up this mission to revive, rejuvenate our rivers and create a mass awareness. As far as Noyal River is concerned, I had the occasion to felicitate Tirumati Vanita Mohan of Sirtuli because we have in the Raj Bhavan, we have instituted a system by which we felicitate people and entities which have been doing extraordinary service to environment protection. And the judge, the committee of judges, the judges in the committee, last year they had chosen Sirutuli for doing this remarkable job. She is present here. I'm immensely happy about it. Tirumati Vanita Mohan mentioned about emotional connect with the river. She feels that emotional connect with Noyal. That is That is something which is we need, which has been there in our tradition for thousands of years. But unfortunately, due to centuries of invasion and colonization, we lost that connect and we became a stranger to the one who gives us our life. She is mother. River is mother. We know that at the beginning, when the Parameshwara, the Lord of the universe, created, he created this universe with using 5 elements, Panchabhuta, and water is one such element. And what manifests water in most physical form is our rivers. It's our rivers that defines who we are, our country Bharat. In our day-to-day prayers, in our houses, we invoke the blessings of our rivers. From Kanyakumari to Kashmir, from Kutch to Kamrup, in our rituals, and many of us in our day-to-day, when we perform even baths, snanam, we invoke the rivers of this country, great country Bharat. We pray, Ganga cha Yamune chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmada Sindhu Kaveri Jalayasmin Samnidhim Kuru. This defines who we are. River defines who we are. In Mahabharata, Dhritarashtra asked Sanjay, Sanjay, tell me about Bharat. Tell me, I have been blind. I have heard, but I would like to hear from you. Tell me, what is Bharat? And Sanjay, in over 30 slokas, when it describes Bharat, the first he says, rivers. From Brahmaputra, Tista, Brahmaputra is an entire northeast. Tista, which is Sikkim, Bengal, Ganga, Yamuna, all those, Narmada. Sindhu comes down to Kaveri, Tamarbarni. All the rivers are named in Mahabharata. Says this is Bharat. Bharat is defined by the rivers of Bharat. But over the period of time, with the invasion and colonization, we started getting disconnected. Because the invaders and colonizers, they came up with their ideology. They came up with their agenda to subjugate this country, to destroy the culture and the spirituality of this great nation Bharat. And with them they brought their thought process. And in their thought process, in their ideology, humans are the master of creation because God created humans at the beginning. And then they created the rest of the creation for the pleasure of the human. This anthropocentric view of life, this ideology which they brought with them, it was directly opposite to what Bharat believed in, or Bharatiya Sanatana Adhyatma believed in. In our Adhyatma, in Bharatiya Adhyatma, humans are not the master of creation, are not at the center of creation. We are one among the elements of creation. We are connected to the whole creation as a family. We are no special. And we must be respectful to every element of creation. Now, these two opposite views, one which says, I am the master, other says, no, I am one among the all. And I need to worship all those bhutas who have given us life, who has given us who we are, who sustain us. Now this conflict, it took a toll, and it through our new education system which they brought in, and they tried to destroy, and they did destroy our institutions that perpetuated, that sustained, which were the watering holes of our Sanatana Adhyatma, which makes us one among the whole family. And over the period, they infused in us the sense of that complex, inferiority complex. And we started looking at whatever of the West was superior. What a tragedy. A great country which was the light of the world. Light of the world, because this is how Bharat came into being. Bharat, the land embraced in the light, and that light is that we are all created by the same creator, and the creator, the Parameshwara, the Parabrahma is present in all of us. We are all a family. Differences that we see are apparent. Bhagavad Gita says, avibhaktam vibhakteshu. Indivisible that looks divided. We are all a family. This suffered during the period of colonization. And during all those period, thanks to our sadhus and sannyasis, thanks to our rishis, that spirit, that adhyatma was kept alive, notwithstanding all the onslaught for nearly 1,000 years that this country suffered, but they could not. They conquered the place, they subjugated the people, but they could not eliminate our adhyatma. And that is why we call it eternal Sanatana, which is indestructible. This awareness, this consciousness, this spirituality, today the world needs more than ever before. Because of the Western ideology, Western worldview, drishti, Vishwa drishti, that we are, humans are special, and this is all for our pleasure, competitive exploitation of Mother Earth, because then Earth was not, or is not a mother for them, it is a resource. And when it is a resource, you use it for your pleasure. You have no obligation to it. It's for you. This Vishwa Darshan, this Vishwa Drishti, this worldview based on that ideology has created a crisis. And today the world is facing a major existential crisis. We know how the climate crisis is happening. When it comes to water, there are areas, large part of area, which is water deficient. Once they used to have water, today they don't have water. But those countries, they address it as if it is a resource you divert from one place to another. They're not respectful. There is a difference. There is a difference between water is essential for our life. Without water we cannot survive. So we must preserve water. This is one way of looking at it. Okay, fine. But when you are looking at it from that perspective, so long you realize that I cannot exist without it, you have to preserve it out of your necessity. And when you feel there is no need for necessity, wherever it is in abundance, ignore it. But there's a difference when you look at it with reverence, with respect, and when you worship. When you look at river as a mother, there's a fundamental difference between the two. One looks at a precious resource necessary for our survival. Another looks at as mother that sustains the entire life. Plant, animals, human. All the life on this planet is sustained by the rivers. So she is the giver of life. She is the sustainer of life. And so she is the mother. This drishti, this vision, this view, this has to be accepted by the rest of the world, for the good of the world, for sustaining the world. Today, our country is trying to convey the message in many ways. We all know that under a dynamic visionary leadership of our Prime Minister, when India is hosting the presidency of G20, we are giving the message day in and day out, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And this is not a slogan created by Modi ji. This is a slogan. This is a mantra given by our rishis long, long back. Ayam niza paroveti ganana lagu chetasam udar charita nam vasudhaiva kutumbakam. This is our family. We are trying to give this message to the world. Rishi Aurobindo, on the day of India's independence, he wrote down the task that Bharat has. What is the task which Bharat has, responsibility that Bharat has. And then he said that in the entire universe, Earth is the only planet where there is evolving consciousness, Chetana is growing. Plant, animals, humans, at different stages of consciousness which we call Chitta, which we identify with Brahma. This is at the various stages of manifestation. And on this planet Earth, Bharat is the only country. Bharat is the only country where several thousand years ago our rishis had revealed this wisdom to us and for the world, that this one creator is present in every element of creation and we are all a family. There is no concept of other, there is no concept of somebody, us and they, we are all we. And since this awareness, this consciousness is experienced by people individually through their individual effort and sadhana, they express it in their own ways. And so they said there would be multitudes of sampradaya, many ways of expressing it, but essentially it is the one. Eko sada vipra bahudha vadanti. That truth is expressed variously in different ways by people, by the wise people. This unique realization, it happened only in Bharat. And once you have it, all the differences drop. There is no conflict, there is no war. We all become member of a family. And once we become a member of a family, the problem of every member is a problem of all the family, entire family. It's not a problem when a member of our family is sick. It's not that the whole family says, okay, let that person be sick, okay, he will be treated. The whole family is worried and tries to do whatever it can to see that that member of the family comes out of the sickness. This sense of belonging, the sense of bonding, the sense of oneness, the sense of togetherness. This happened only, this realization that the world is a family, the entire creation is a element, is a manifestation of the same creator, and so a family. It happened only in Bharat. It is only rishis of Bharat who got it. So, it was the duty, divinely mandated duty of Bharat to spread this light to the rest of the world. To spread this light to the rest of the world for Vishwa Kalyan, for the good of the world, for the benefit of the entire creation. And this is what Bharat is doing today. For a long time after the British left, we had lost the way. We had lost the way. We were doing good material progress. We built IIT, IIMs, we built heavy industries. But that did not solve our problem, basic problem of poverty, problem of illiteracy, problem of health. And above all, the issue that our basic adhyatma that defines Bharat, what Bharat is. We forgot Bharat. Although in the Constitution of India in Article 1, our Constitution begins India, that is Bharat. But unfortunately, we lost connect with Bharat. Many people believe that they are ignorant. They don't know that this country was born in 1947. And since they got this idea that it was born in 1947, they had to create a new India, a new country. And they started doing it from the vision of the West, from the vision of the colonizer who had divided us in terms of race, religion, region, language, what not. They divided. They are the one who created this Aryan, Dravidian, different kinds of ethnicity, began fabricating this history and identity to break us, to divide us. Imagine, in our ancient literature, Mahabharata, when they talk about Bharat, they talk about right from Tamrabarni, Kaveri to Sindhu. When in our literature, Kalidas, Meghdut, when Meghdut, Kalidas writes from the foothill of Ramtek, and he gives a message, is Yaksha. Yaksha is telling the cloud, going to Kailasha, carry the message to my beloved one, from whom they were estranged, they were distanced. And in the message, Yaksha tells cloud which all places he will pass. And there he says, while passing, he names different places of Bharat. Then he says he will come to Kashi. Kashi, where there is a great Bhavya grand temple of Baba Vishwanath. where on the bank of Holy Mother, Ganges, in the evening there will be Arati. These are all in Kalidas, Meghaduta. Arati. And when the Arati is being done, you Megha, you cloud, at the time you roar at that point so that the people below would think you have played the drum to the Arati. This is Bharat. And we started looking at it in terms of all the divisions for selfish interest. No. We have to restore what is rightly and truly this country is, the spirit of country. This Bharat is not a mere political state. It is a Rashtra. It is a Rashtra, and a Rashtra is much more than a mere political state or a geography. And it is the duty of all of us to, while strengthening the Rashtra, understand that Rashtra is built of Samaj, the society. The modern state that West has created and the model that we adopted, there, all the power, all the authority is vested in the government, in the state. Samaj, the people, the society, they become like a beggar. He's a patron and client. I am a client for everything, and each and everything you go and ask the government, please do this for me. Begging. It was not Bharat. Bharat was, society was Samaj Kendrit, society centric, where villages were strong and cluster of villages were strong. They were not dependent on kings and queens. There were numerous Rajas and Maharajas. Samaj, Bharat lived in the Samaj, lived in the society, lived in the villages and cluster of villages by its values, by its resources. But unfortunately, the modern system of, or modern view of looking at the state, it created a patron-client relationship, and Samaj, the society, got weakened. The Purusharth of the society, the strength of the society, they forgot. I remember, I was, till my high school, I was in my village. Imagine, I was born soon after independence, within a few years of it. We were in conditions were pathetic economically, but every year, before the onset of monsoon, before the rain began, the whole village got together and desilted the water pond, the village lake. I have participated as a high school student. We have dug this and desilted so that our lakes are preserved. Our village lake, village pond has plenty of water. The distributary canal, which runs several kilometers, the whole village got together. We fixed up a date. On that day, the whole village, we picked up from our houses our spades, crowbar, whatever utensils we had, whatever implements we needed, and we cleaned the whole entire canal. I have done it. We didn't look up to government. Okay, write a petition to government and please do that. This emasculation of the strength of the society, and Bharat has to be built by the people of this country, not by the government. And today, just 2 days back, we made a history. We made a history. We became the first country in the world to have reached the dark south pole of moon, which no other country has done so far. This happened because of the capacity of our scientists who got required encouragement and support. Yes, we trust you, you can do it, and please do it. And they did it. Some people ask, what is the purpose of our going to the moon? You know, our purpose of going to the moon is not just to demonstrate that our country, Bharat, has the capacity. No, much more than that. Because in the last 100 years, this world has been determined by those who had military power and wealth. And as a result, those who became powerful, they formed a club and stopped others from getting that power. A few countries in the world, they made the nuclear weapon. And then they said, no other country will make a nuclear weapon. Stop. Some countries made the missile and they said, no other country will make a missile. And we will not give up our nuclear weapon. We will not give up our missile. We will keep, but you can't make it. Now this is not a sustainable world. When India grows, and it is growing and it will grow, it is to tell the world this is not acceptable. When the powerful countries, when the moon and other planets, they have a lot of resources, a lot of precious resources, minerals, and all those countries, they will start trying to mine those things and taking it for their benefit. Because no other country has the capacity. When India goes there, when Bharat goes there, it will prevent, and there is no doubt about it, this is for Vishwa Kalyan, this is not your property. You can't do that. And this is possible only when we have the capacity to be there and to make them do things, because they cannot do without our consent unless we agree to that. So we have to be strong. We have to be capable. We have to be strong and capable to take this darshan, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, to the rest of the world. Otherwise, this darshan was there with us. We had this adhyatma, but we didn't have the capacity to make the world understand and appreciate. In Shukraniti, Sukracharya says, Balino vasgaha sarve durbalasya cha shatruva. If you are strong, you have friends around. If you are weak, you are surrounded by enemies. It's not the question of friend or enemy, but the fact is that the good to prevail, the good must be backed by sufficient strength. And this is what Bharat is doing. And this is what we have done all these last few years. Even during COVID, we did the same thing. When the whole world was affected by COVID, only Bharat, and thanks to our scientists, thanks to Purusharth of our people, when we made the vaccine, we shared the vaccine with more than 150 countries in the world. We did not look at it as an opportunity to make money like developed countries. This is Bharat. Even in climate preservation, what Bharat is doing, no other country is doing. And Bharat is doing very decisively with a conviction, with a Bharatiya darshan, with a Bharatiya drishti. Our Vishwa drishti is such that we take the world as a family. And we practice it. We walk the talk. We just don't sermonize. We do. That is why today, for the benefit of the world, for Vishwa Kalyan, our country, Bharat, is moving forward with a new energy, with a new determination, with a new resolve, and a goal, a clear goal, that by 2047, Bharat has to be a fully strong country, a fully developed country, Vikshit Bharat, a Bharat which will be a Vishwa Mitra. It will not be like previous rising powers, that those who became powerful, they started dominating the world. Because domination is not in our spirit. Because those who created this country, those who created Bharat, they were not rulers, they were not militarily powerful people, they were not people with a lot of wealth. Those who created this Bharat were rishis, sadhus, sannyasis, those who had nothing, where the next meal will be, they were not aware. But they had the light, selflessly spreading the message of love, message of oneness. This Bharat has been created by rishis, sadhus, sannyasis, selflessly, those who didn't have military power, they didn't have wealth, but what they had is the unique wisdom, universal knowledge, the satya, the truth, that we are all one. And when Bharat will grow, has to grow with this spirit. But it has to grow. And in this growth, in the next 24 years, when the country is moving forward, and we all know it is moving forward, the whole world acknowledges. When India speaks, the world listens and listens with attention. It's no longer a marginal country, a developing country, poor country. No. The world looks at us with expectation to find solution. Every forum, India is signing. India's presence is felt. It has to continue. We have a mission. We have a mission given to us several thousand years ago by our rishis, to create a world where sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya. The whole world is happy and peaceful, free of diseases. To create that world, we have to build this country, not only materially, not only economically, not only militarily, but spiritually. And this spiritual resurgence of Bharat, sadhus and sannyasis have a great role to play, because it is you, people in your lineage several thousand years ago, those who have created this Bharat, and it is your divinely mandated obligation to spread the light. And I am happy that Akhil Bharatiya Sadhu Sannyasi Sangam is doing this. This is a noble task, a noble duty, a divinely mandated duty. It's the desire of the God, of the Ishvara, Parameshwara, that we have to do it. We have to awaken the Rashtra. Awaken the society. What Yajurved said, Vayam Rashtre Jagriyam. We have to wake up the nation. We have to wake up the Rashtra. And you are doing it, going to villages, making our people conscious of it, reminding them who they are and what their obligation is to the rest of creation. And one great initiative is our obligation towards our rivers. I wish not only the Noyal Vira to be a great success, I wish and pray that this creates the required awareness among the people living in the entire catchment area and beyond, to look at this river and other rivers not as a resource but as mother. And that will be the true tribute to our rishis who created this country for Vishwa Kalyan, for the benefit of the world. Thank you very much all.